He's also need to be the right kind of version because copyright reasons. If you guys see full uncut version of this and other Tamil films, you can have her too. You can Patreon or channel membership.
He's having a lot of fun with his buttons today.
I'll put a link in the description, a little pin comment, so you go check that out. And at the end of this part,
we'll have an interview with Shah Rukh Khan in person.
We will talk about the movie and review it.
He's right there. It's about time. It's been a long time since he was sitting right there.
Let's finish this movie, huh?
அவனுக்கு தான் அவன் அப்பான்றதே தெரியாது. இன்னும் கொஞ்ச நாள் என்னெல்லாம் மறந்துடுவான்.
கடைசியிலே நான் தான் கொன்னிருக்கேன் அவனை. நீங்க யாரும் இன்வால்வாகாதிருந்தா இது எப்பவும் முடிஞ்சிருக்கும்.
என்னது? நீ கொன்னியா?
நானும் தான் அவன் கண்ணில் பெப்பர் எல்லாம் போட்டு அவனை குருடாக்குனேன். அதனால தான் உங்களால எல்லாம் அடிக்க முடிஞ்சது. அப்ப எனக்கு தானே பங்கு. எரிஞ்சு போயிட்டோம். ஐயோ, சித்தப்பா வந்திருக்காரு.
சித்தப்பாவா?
என்ன சித்தப்பா திடீர்னு வந்திருக்கீங்க?
இன்னைக்கு சித்தார்த் பர்த்டே, அதான் கேக் கட் பண்ணலான்னு வந்தேன்.
இன்னைக்கு அந்த சித்தார்த்தோட பிறந்தநாள்ன்றது உங்க யாருக்குமே ஞாபகம் இல்லையா?
சித்தார்த்த ஞாபகம் இல்லையா இருக்கும்? இல்ல அவன் பிறந்த நாள் ஞாபகம் வச்சிருக்குமா?
இங்க வச்சிடலாம்.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Wow, it's incredible.
அம்மா இல்லாத கஷ்டம் தெரியக்கூடாதுன்னு தான் இங்கே கூப்பிட்டு வந்தேன். நீங்களும் அவனை சந்தோஷப்படுத்துறதுக்கு தானே அப்படி விளையாண்டுருப்பீங்க.
யோ, அரிக்குதியா?
டேய், அந்த ஆளு என்ன வெறுப்பேத்திருக்கிறான். நீ வேற அரிக்குதுன்ட்டு. நீ இப்போ செத்துட்டடா மென்டல்.
உங்க அப்பா கொஞ்ச நாளைக்கு முன்னாடி எனக்கு ஃபோன் பண்ணி நான் செத்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் என் பசங்க என் சொத்தை
இங்கதான் ஒழிஞ்சிட்டு இருக்கியா நீ?
அதனால தான் எல்லா ரூம்லையும் கேமரா வச்சிருக்கேன்.
Those air fresheners are not air fresheners.
ஆனா நீங்க பண்றதெல்லாம் பார்த்தா ஐயோ ஷாக்கு மேல ஷாக்காகி போயிட்டுட்டா. உன் பையனை கொண்டது அவன் இல்லை, இவன். பேபி மாவை கொன்னதும் அவன் இல்லை, இவன். அவன் உண்மையான பையனே இல்லை. உண்மையான பையனை இவன் 2 நாளைக்கு முன்னாடியே கொன்னுட்டான். ஒரு பிச்சைக்காரனை கொல்றதுக்கு இவ்வளோ கூத்து.
The lion's laughing with him.
இன்னைக்கு அந்த பிச்சைக்காரன் துடிதுடிச்சு செத்த மாதிரி தானே அன்னைக்கு என் சித்தார்த்து துடிதுடிச்சு செத்திருப்பான்.
He's going to electrocute them all. And the electricity is going to bring him back to life.
நான் எதுக்கு கிளம்பணும் சார்?
He's letting you go.
புரியுது. நீங்களா என் மேல கோபமா இருக்கீங்கன்னு புரியுது. ஆனா இந்த மனுஷக்கிட்ட இருந்து உங்களை காப்பாற்ற முடியும்.
All right, you're going to die too.
Politely I am informing you. உங்க நடு மண்டையிலே அடிச்சு இங்கே.
I don't think so, buddy. You had a chance to get out.
நான் உங்களை சுட போறேன்னு எப்ப சொன்னேன்? உங்களை அப்படி கொன்னா நான் நிம்மதியா சாக முடியாதே. உங்களை அழிக்கிறதுக்காகவே உங்க அப்பா என்கிட்ட விட்டுட்டு போன ஆயுதம் இது என் கையில இருக்கிறதுனால அதுங்களுக்கு நான் தான் மாஸ்டர்.
Right. He has stayed in character the whole time. Yeah, the water goes under his feet.
அதுக்காக நீ என்னை மன்னிச்சிடு.
Oh, did he get electrocuted too?
யாரா நீ? நாங்க உன்னை கொலை பண்ணா நீ உயிரோட வந்து எங்களை சாவடிக்கணும்னு நினைச்சவனை சாவடிச்சிட்ட. உன்ன மாதிரி ஒரு ஆளுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு வீட்டுக்குள்ள வரணும்னு தோணுச்சுல்ல, அதனால தான் நீ அந்த நாய்ங்களுக்கு இரையாக போற.
Not if he grabs the whistle first.
காரன் என்னடா சிரிக்கிற?
Because I have the whistle.
நான் பிச்சைக்காரன், அப்போ நீங்களாம் யார் சார்? கேவலம் காசுக்காக இப்படி அடிச்சுக்கிறீங்களே. அப்போ நீங்களும் பிச்சைக்காரங்க தானே? அந்த ஆண்டவன் முடிவு பண்ணட்டும்.
Yep. Is she up? Was that the girl? Oh. I guess she's okay.
Happy birthday to you.
The screams.
மாட்டினியா மாட்டினியா? ரொம்ப நாளா யாருக்காவது இப்படி பண்ணணும்னு ஆசை. நல்லா மாட்டிக்கிட்டேன். இன்னைக்கு என் பர்த்டேவா இருந்திருக்க வாய்ப்பே இல்லைல்ல.
ஏன்?
பிறந்த உடனேவா தூக்கி போட்டிருப்பாங்க? ஒரு 5-6 நாள் கழிச்சு தானே போட்டிருப்பாங்க.
இன்னைக்கு தான் உன் பிறந்த நாள் ஜாக்கு.
ஓ, அப்ப என்ன பிறந்த உடனே தெருவில் போட்டாங்கன்னு சொல்றியா?
His hands are filthy.
என்ன இது?
இதான் உன் அம்மா. நீ வயிற்றுக்குள்ள இருந்தப்ப எடுத்தது இந்த மாதிரியே தான் உன் அம்மா. ரொம்ப நல்லவர். அவ மட்டும் இப்போ இருந்திருந்தா நம்ம எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருந்திருப்போம்.
உன் பேரு?
Nice. I was hoping they wouldn't tell us his name.
All right. Very nice.
Very
nice.
nice.
There, hold on. Im Shavabalen.
That's an easy solid gold.
Yeah.
That's an easy solid gold.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh man.
Not quite as like funny and ridiculous as Nelson, but close.
Really close enough for hand grenades.
Yeah. I think it was and I think not just copying Nelson either. as
No,
well.
it clearly had Nelson's
Vibes, yeah.
Vibes, probably input, inspiration, and it not only did the same thing with the quirky humor, but it did the same thing as I mentioned watching it of incorporating weird, zany, quirky humor, and then you flip a switch and you're doing something that is believably dramatic. It's and I didn't catch any freshman mistakes.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything about this as a first-time director being a first-time director at all.
It probably could have been a little tighter, but if I'm nitpicking.
That's a real nitpick for me.
That's a nitpick.
Yeah.
I was having fun throughout the entire thing.
Oh,
I
man,
thought it
yeah.
was really.
I'd watch it again.
Thought it was really original. I thought it was a great concept to come up with. Obviously, the family murdering people to get certain things in a will. That story's been around, forever.
Of course.
In cinema, but giving it like
But not like this.
fresh face.
Yeah,
It's
not
almost
like this.
It's almost like Knives Out and Nelson and a whole bunch of other stuff,
And it was Napoleon Dynamite, but it's also, if you watch Charlie and the Chocolate, the original with Gene Wilder, there are some things done in framing of shots, especially in the beginning of the film when they're introducing the kids. Like when you see Augustus Gloop, and there's they show the reporter excitedly talking about it. In frame, there are horns coming out of his head that are on the horns hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
Funny shots like that throughout this whole thing. And the pictures looking and playing a part of the scene.
எனக்கு
I bet if
ரொம்ப
you went back and watched it again, you would. It's one of those things you would find more things where people, scenes, props, pictures are all incorporating in ways that are just quirky and fun.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Hats off to M. Shavabalan for the writing and the directing. Of
Yeah.
it. That's obviously the big star of this. And I thought everybody did well.
That cast, what a fun ensemble.
Is it Kevin or Kavin? Kavin?
Kevin. I think it's Kevin.
Kevin.
They're like
Kevin.
Kevin, but it's more of an ass sound, I think. Kevin.
Kevin. I thought did a really
Great
great job. It had some really emotional moments that I believed as well.
Yep.
And then also brought the comedy. And
Yep.
obviously a lot of the, outside of, what's his face? Is it him?
His Red and Kingsley.
Red and Kingsley, who everybody else of the comedy was more of in the angles and the situation and stuff like that, except for Red.
Yeah, all he needs to do is he's made for comedy, man.
He is, man.
He's just made for comedy.
He is so funny.
Yep.
But I thought Kevin did a really great job too at bringing the comedy and intensity, and I believe I thought the entire cast did really well. I loved the whole coming up with the concept of this guy wanted to be an actor.
Yeah.
And then
That's a great part of the film, man.
and then it just leads to something so ridiculous.
As his
but so funny.
grandson wanting to be an actor, so
Yeah.
he becomes these characters. It's so original, so good, and it even the movie even has a little message in there about beggars aren't just people who are on the street without money.
Yeah.
The same mentality behind that need for money in an unhealthy way. The dollar amounts don't matter. It's about the person's heart. Yeah, it's just really well done. And that was one of my favorite things of the film was the grandson in character for all of those moments. And I love the fact that you just can tell everybody's going to try to kill each other. And the twists and the turns, I didn't see. I didn't see the hidden cameras and you knew we were going to probably get an explanation for the air fresheners, but because you keep going, what the hell?
Yeah,
Why are we being shown the air fresheners all the time?
I didn't know what it was.
No, I didn't guess that. But I love that twist too. The whole thing is going on because the father of Siddharth is wanting to get revenge for the murder of his son on these kids. That's so good. There's so many stories going on.
Obviously, you have to give in to the story and let it be really ridiculous.
Yeah, of course.
And so if you're like, oh, that's ridiculous, of course it would never happen. This is just
It's like Napoleon,
this
Nacho,
is for fun, man.
Three Amigos.
I mean, there's a freaking ghost that one person can save.
Yeah.
Which obviously has to be a shout out to the Vijay Sethupathi movie because man,
Which was so you can see me. That's where this, because you're watching this and it starts off so simply with the guy begging with the boy, and you're thinking, where are you going to go with this? The whole movie can't just be about this beggar and this boy. And then the moment he sees her stabbing the body on the floor, turns and the ghost says, "You can see me." That's when the race starts.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was, if you haven't seen Clue, amazing Tim Curry performance. And a whole bunch of other people in there as well.
Classic.
It's a classic comedy. It's so good and so funny.
So is Mousetrap. If you can see Mousetrap with Chris Reeve and Michael Caine, it's more on the drama thriller kind of side, but it's still got some comedy.
I've not seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen Mouse Hunt.
Yeah, no, the Mousetrap. it was a great play, and then it's one of the first things Christopher Reeve did. He did it with Michael Caine and one other person. It's very good. It's a la Clue, but Clue is the whodunit of all whodunits.
Damo Cinema does black comedies better than anybody. That in India, man, even the world right now.
Yep.
The rate that, I mean, they're doing everything really well right now. Honestly, Damo Cinema is.
Well, this year,
but this, like the black comedies that we've been seeing. Obviously, we went through a big Nelson binge last year, but then you got other people as well doing it. And it's so good and so refreshing that I think everybody else, I don't try to copy it, but
no.
Okay.
Well, what I'm happy about is that this year for Damo Cinema, they I'm not saying they did it for the first time. I'm saying we're recognizing for the first time, and maybe they are doing
probably
it more
saw
often.
more
this year.
I think we saw more Tamil this year than we have ever.
That's probably true. I could check the list on that. But up until 2024, our impression of Indian cinema had been Malayalam cinema with the Marathi we get to see. They're the ones that'll just do anything and don't care. And it's always going to be original, and it's always going to be something unique. And the other ones don't really do that. That doesn't just apply to Malayalam cinema. That Tamil is absolutely doing it too.
Like I said, I think Tamil's the most well-rounded industry right now.
They do everything.
They do everything.
They do everything well. They do comedy.
They do
black
mass.
comedy, dark comedy.
No.
They can do horror. They can do horror comedy. They can do mass action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it all in
They got it all
right now.
Yep.
And they're killing it.
Killing it.
That
was fun.
And I know it got. I saw people like saying mixed reviews about it, so I would love to know people's thoughts of like if you didn't like this movie, why? What were your reasons?
It could be the comedy,
maybe.
Yeah, like there's I know a lot of people don't like the kind of comedies and well, first of all, they don't like dark comedies. They don't. I know a lot of people who saw Napoleon Dynamite and they're like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
Where people like me, I love every minute and laugh consistently throughout Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
But it's just some people's not their cup of tea.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's one hats off to Nelson for helping. I'm sure a friend. I think it was a colleague as well, and getting his movie made and letting his voice be heard
for sure.
In an original way, because obviously everybody loves Nelson, but bringing people up with you, and showing their voice, and it's something Anurag obviously does all the time.
All the time, yeah.
And just, I just don't know why you wouldn't do it. And
of course,
I like that he's doing it. I love the poster. I think all the quirky score.
Yeah, the score was great.
Was really great.
Yep,
I really enjoyed it. The cinematography.
Jen Martin did the score.
Editing by R. Nimrod.
Great editing.
It was very funny, added to a lot of the comedy.
Oh, huge part of the storytelling was the comedy for the editing.
The DP and the framing of everything was really, really pretty. The production design, that house was a gift to...
it sure was.
I don't know if they filmed it
and
all
sound
in the house.
design. That sound design is one of those sleepy little things that you could not appreciate that much because it just worked, but there's a lot of sound and sound editing in this that was really important.
The dummies are going to be really interesting this year because there's way more than 10 movies that are my favorite.
Me too. It's been a great year.
It's been a fantastic.
It's been a great year.
A fantastic year for Indian cinema.
Yeah.
Regular cinema too, but since this channel's Indian cinema, it's been a banger year. I feel like outside of massy stuff, which I can't think of a lot of the big blockbuster stuff that we've loved, but everything else, just regular movies, there's been a ton.
There has
this year, and there's actually still others that we haven't seen yet from all industries.
I know
that is either out in cinemas right now or on OTT.
Yep.
So let us know what those should be. If you saw us on YouTube, obviously you saw a very cut version because copyright reasons. If you like see full uncoversion of this film,
be a patron.
Tamil films.
Be a patron.
Get over to Patreon or channel memberships. I'll put a link in the description up and gums to go check that out. Let us know what you thought about the movie. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, why?
Why?
Yeah. What should be our next Tamil watch along? And what is your favorite film of 2024 so far?
Dummies are coming.
Let us and anything else we need to know down below.
That was weird.